I did was I did this piece that was, it's in the scrap art alphabet. It's the king, K is for king, and I had this piece of metal, porcelain, you know, it was just a beautiful white piece of metal that I had for many, many, many years. And I finally found, that day I found a broom head, you know, that was in some commercial driveway on a busy street, and that triggered it. And I went home and I put it with everything, and it's made this king character, this sort of an ancient king. And I glued everything down, and that was a revelation, because, you know, before I just was moving stuff around and temporarily, and this stuff I made permanent. I thought, all right, this is it. I've begun, you know. And from that point on, it's just been no turning back, just full bore on this stuff.
I've had a really good career. I've had almost a 40-year-long career in newspapers, and sort of took the buyout in December, and here it is June, July. So I've had 6 months off, and to appraise everything.
So, you know, the people that did watercolors on the weekends and stuff, I was never that way. I just, you know, I thought my job was creative enough. But after 25 or 30 years doing a commercial art sort of job, you realize this isn't anything you want to keep.
Oh yeah, when I retired, I realized, oh, you know, I've been doing this long enough that I have enough scrap art to do an alphabet book for kids. So I designed a simple scrap art alphabet book and made it an ebook, and it's on iTunes, and that was really fun. So I have other ideas that I'm working on for that kind of thing.
It's too awesome. It's got so much character that I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something. And what I'm drawn to is just the surfaces on these things and the shapes. And I think I can make a figure out of this, or who knows? You know, I think maybe legs, or maybe it's a cow. Or a goat. A head, you know, it could be lots of different things. But I just start out with the beautiful object that it is. Stephen is an award-winning photojournalist, movie maker. He is a scrap artist in his own right.
I salvage more natural things, stuff that comes up on the beach. I was making birdhouses out of the wood, that the fencing material that they use for to hold the sand back in the dunes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That wood,
the thin
wave,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and taking that and combining that with old, real boxy, square cigar boxes.
Cool. Yeah, so let's just investigate and see what's going on. Just let your mind wander, and whatever you want to take home, just throw in the wheelbarrow. I've been really lucky that enough people respond positively that it's encouraging. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not a lunatic. You know, some people like it. That really makes me feel good. Gangway! See, now it looks like there's nothing over here, but there's tons of great shit.
Yeah.
Looking for frames, things that you can put things in. What a great robot head. And the color is great.
I could see this being like a lady's face.
With a beautiful hat.
A hat, and then you could sort of embellish with other stuff.
Perfect. I love it. See, this looks like a horse to me.
It looks like a fish head to me.
Uh-huh.
Just the front part.
Oh yeah, that does.
Oh, that's perfect.
Isn't that nice?
Yes. That's got great color.
Well, what's fun is that you're not really thinking about anything. What I try to do is completely open my mind and not think about stuff and just sort of take everything in and see what happens.
You know, I'm very minimalist in what I do, and it's like, to me, it's all about that one rusty thing that I find that I want people to appreciate as much as I do. And so maybe I'll incorporate it in a very simple assemblage, you know. I don't know where that's headed for me. But that's what I like. I mean, what draws me, what makes me want to do it, is just how cool the objects are.
Because it's new every time. You know, I'm not doing the same thing. I don't feel like. I feel like I'm rediscovering myself and, you know, all these things, the subject matter, the stuff is found objects, and I love the objects for themselves. But the subject matter comes from within, and I don't really control it. It's kind of cool that way. You know, because it's triggered by whatever it is that I happen to see when I look down at the stuff. And that mixed with whatever is in my mind at the time, in my subconscious or unconscious. So I haven't figured it out. I know there's something there. I know there's something there important, you know. But I'm trying not to overanalyze or put too much into it. Just trying to have fun.
That's the sort of that's the richness of the whole process, is seeing the piece and then letting that sort of dictate what you're going to do with it. And you know, it's not like maybe building a cabinet that you can build the same cabinet over and over again because you're cutting the wood the same size, the same shape. You know what I'm saying? The raw materials you're working with are completely unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a big fish.
I think that I sort of lost sight of what was really exciting about found object stuff, which is search, finding things. And so, you know, I spent those years amassing this gigantic studio full of crap.
The more I do this, the more I have come to the realization that I've got to be pretty selective when I pick stuff up. I guess I'm one of those late bloomers that it really took all those years for me to figure out what it is that I wanted to do, and this is where I am the happiest of my life, is like in this pigsty.